If your hair has been thinning, shedding more than usual, or simply losing the fullness it once had, you're far from alone. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that up to 50% of women experience noticeable hair thinning during the menopausal transition, even when their overall health, diet, and routines haven't changed. This study also found that as estrogen levels drop, the hair growth cycle shortens, shedding becomes more frequent, and the follicles themselves become more sensitive. So if you've noticed your ponytail getting thinner, your scalp shining through more clearly, or your hair feeling dull and fragile, it is not your imagination, it is biology. Today, I'm going to explain exactly why menopause affects your hair, what changes are happening inside your scalp, and what science says actually works, including the role of hormone therapy and how it can improve hair quality in ways many women never hear about. Let's start with what's actually going on beneath the surface. As women approach menopause, their hormones shift in ways that directly influence the hair follicle. These shifts happen slowly at first, and then much more rapidly as the ovaries begin winding down. The first major change is the decline in estrogen. Estrogen is the hormone that keeps hair in its active growth stage, known as the anagen phase. When estrogen levels fall, that growth phase becomes shorter, which means the hair has less time to grow before it sheds. This results in overall thinner hair, slower growth, and a feeling that your hair has lost its former strength. The second major change is the decline in progesterone. Progesterone helps regulate how the follicles respond to androgens, the hormones that can weaken hair in some women. When progesterone drops, the follicles become more sensitive. This doesn't mean your androgen levels are too high, it simply means your scalp now reacts more strongly to them. Together, these shifts create a hormonal environment where the hair cycle accelerates, growth slows down, and shedding increases. Many women say it feels like their hair has become unpredictable, and that description is surprisingly accurate. And then there is a third factor: stress. During midlife, sleep changes, life responsibilities increase, and cortisol begins to play a much larger role. Higher cortisol pushes hair into the resting phase more quickly, leading to shedding that can appear suddenly, often months after a stressful event. None of this is your fault. Your body is adjusting to a new hormonal rhythm, and your hair is simply responding to the signals it receives. Menopausal hair thinning rarely looks like traditional hair loss. It is usually subtle at first and then gradually becomes more noticeable. Many women describe it as a slow shift rather than an abrupt change. You may notice that your ponytail feels smaller when you tie it. You might notice that your part looks wider in certain lighting, especially near the crown or front hairline. Shedding might increase in the shower or on your pillow, and the texture of your hair may change, becoming drier or more fragile, even if you have not changed your products. Some women also notice that their hair grows more slowly. Strands that used to grow quickly now take months to reach the same length. This is because the growth phase has shortened, and the resting phase is longer. Emotionally, this can be incredibly difficult. Hair is tied to identity, confidence, and femininity. When it changes, it can feel as if a piece of your familiar self is slipping away. But the important thing to know is that your hair is not gone. Your follicles are still alive. They simply need the right support to return to a healthier cycle. Although hormone changes set the foundation, several common factors can intensify thinning. One of the most common is telogen effluvium, a sudden shedding that appears after major stress, illness, surgery, or rapid weight loss. This shedding usually happens 2 to 3 months after the triggering event, which makes it seem unrelated when in fact it is perfectly predictable. Another factor is low ferritin, the storage form of iron. Even when your blood iron is normal, low ferritin weakens the follicle and shortens the growth phase. Many midlife women have ferritin levels below what hair follicles need. Thyroid fluctuations can also mimic menopausal hair loss. Both low and high thyroid can cause thinning. This is why checking thyroid function during menopause can be incredibly helpful. Vitamin D deficiency is another major contributor. Vitamin D plays a central role in the signaling that tells follicles when to grow. Low levels disrupt that communication. Together, These factors create the perfect environment for accelerated shedding. But the good news is that every single one of them can be addressed. Before talking about topical treatments or supplements, we need to talk about something essential: the role of hormone therapy. Because for many women, supporting the underlying hormone changes makes the biggest difference. 1. Hormone therapy, yes, it can improve hair quality. Although HRT is often discussed for symptoms like hot flashes, sleep issues, and mood changes, fewer women know how important it is for hair health. A 2021 review published in Maturitas found that estrogen therapy helps lengthen the growth phase of the hair cycle, reduces shedding, and improves hair texture by supporting better scalp circulation and follicle activity. A second study published in the Journal of Women's Health reported that women using transdermal estrogen, especially in combination with micronized progesterone, had stronger hair structure, improved shine, and noticeably less breakage. A third study from dermatoendocrinology found that estrogen receptors exist in the outer root sheath of the hair follicle, meaning estrogen directly influences how the follicle grows and anchors the hair. A fourth study, published in Menopause Review, demonstrated that women using combined estrogen and progesterone therapy reported better hair density and fewer shedding episodes after 6 months of treatment. These findings make one thing clear: the hair follicle is hormonally sensitive, and restoring hormonal balance helps it function more like it did before menopause. Hormone therapy is not a miracle cure, but it is one of the few scientifically validated ways to slow thinning, reduce shedding, and restore healthier hair quality from the inside out. 2. Minoxidil. Minoxidil is the most researched topical treatment for women. It increases blood flow to the follicle and pushes hairs back into the growth phase. Most women notice improvement between 3 and 6 months. 3. Nutrition that supports follicle strength. Hair follicles need protein, iron, zinc, omega-3 fats, and vitamin D to function properly. When even one of these nutrients is low, hair growth slows. 4. Stress and sleep restoration. Deep sleep is where the hair cycle repairs itself. Many women who begin progesterone therapy notice fewer shedding waves because their sleep finally stabilizes and their nervous system becomes calmer. 5. Gentle scalp care. Midlife hair is more fragile. Reducing heat styling, avoiding harsh treatments, and keeping the scalp clean makes a significant difference over time. Hair responds slowly, but it does respond. In the first 1 to 2 months, most women notice less shedding and stronger texture. Between 3 and 4 months, early regrowth becomes visible and the scalp looks fuller. By 6 months, the hair feels thicker, healthier, and more vibrant. The important thing is consistency, and understanding that your follicles are not damaged, they are simply adjusting to a new hormonal environment. Hair loss during menopause is not superficial. It affects your identity, your confidence, and how you see yourself in the world. If you've looked in the mirror and felt a little less like yourself, you're not alone. Millions of women feel exactly the same way, but very few talk about it openly. And yet, when you understand that your hair is responding to hormonal signals, not personal failure, everything begins to make sense. Your hair is not gone. Your hair is not weak. Your hair is waiting for balance. And now you know how to help it return. If this video helped you understand what's happening with your hair, or made you feel even a little more seen and supported, I would love for you to stay connected with us. Here at the Midlife Balance Institute, we translate science into clarity, compassion, and confidence, so you feel informed, empowered, and back in control of your hormones, your health, and your midlife journey. So if you want more videos like this, more science-backed guidance, more clear explanations, and more support during this powerful transition, give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter. Your hair, your body, and your confidence deserve understanding, and you deserve a community that supports you every step of the way. Welcome to the Midlife Balance Institute. We're just getting started.